Hey there, I'm Kim Bourgeois Landry and welcome to the Wonky Quilter. I'm so happy that you're here to join me today. I wanted to continue today with another little discussion, I guess I'm going to sneeze now, on making fabric. I've had so many people talk to me about making fabric like they'd never heard of it before. And I wanted to tell, I couldn't remember where I had heard it from, but it took me a minute, but I came up with it, and it was Jenny Doan of the Missouri Star Quilting Company. There is a video on YouTube. You could probably go to Missouri Star if you want to go to her website on crumb quilting. And that's what I do, is crumb quilting, taking little bitty pieces that are at least, she said, an inch big or an inch wide. Some people say 2 inches, but live dangerously, live on the wild side. So this is a perfect square, but if it was even half of this, if it's an inch, it's not exactly an inch, but if it's an inch, it can be used. And then you just sew it to a different little piece of scrap. That's a crumb. It's actually less than a scrap, a crumb. And she said she learned about crumb quilting from Victoria Finley Wolf, who is a friend of hers. They were visiting, and of course, as you may already know, she's a very well-known quilting artist. And she has a book called 15 Minutes of Play, where she said the first 15 minutes of every day, she starts off just sewing random things. Random. This is so good for regimented, maybe professional quilters who really are trained and aspire to copying perfect patterns so that their quilt tops, when they finish them, look extraordinary. Being able to just randomly sew little random teeny weeny pieces of fabric, let's call them crumbs, together, she said really awakens her creative juices and gets them, simmering and boiling in the pot again. And she realized she was coming out with big pieces of new fabric. So you iron those pieces as you go, and then you cut those, you square those up into squares, rectangles, circles, whatever shape you need. Do you know? See? This and this. I made huge sheets of these, huge sheets, pieces together. And I have cut this. This is one rectangle. It's been squared up, I should say rectangled up, and here's one that will be used also. And it's really pretty. These were all throwaway pieces of fabric. They would not even have been called scrap. They were so little, some of them. Look at that. But you know what it does? It kind of slows you down a little bit. Those seam allowances are very often scant. I still, because I'm just learning, so I still like to have 3/4 of an inch. I mean, this is scant, but it slows me down. What I've realized is that my machine works better along with me. Not that the machine itself works better if I stitch slow, but the machine and I get into kind of a zone together. If the machine is going slower, in other words, like if the instrument slows down for the human person, and I get into a flow with the machine, but I have to be slow stitching to do that. And that changes, just like with hand quilting, it changes how fast my heart is beating, it changes how fast I'm breathing, and I'm just kind of clipping in a little zone. I think that's like she probably didn't stumble onto it. She probably came to it in a really wonderful artistic way, but 15 minutes of play. Now I don't want to do it 15 minutes. I want to do it all day. So I have been just crumb quilting for my pleasure, and I tell you, I'm working on a small little commission piece right now from a beautiful couple who was just really, I think out of kindness, have hired me to do a 12 by 24 piece, and I'm doing it in, I'm making it It's all going to be from crumbs. In Louisiana, we would call that the greebies, the little things that were left in the bottom of the pot, or, you know, it's usually the best stuff. So I am just having a blast. So check out Jenny Doan. She's got a really good 10 or 15 minute video on crumb quilting that really explains it and how she calls it making new fabric. And our Victoria Finley Wolf, who, you know, was pretty brilliant on her own. Let's see, what else? She sews, she said that 15 minutes. I really want to say this, she sews with abandon. I mean, really, think of that. She sews with abandon. It's like without rhyme or reason. She sews for the pleasure of hearing the machine, for the pleasure of seeing the stitches come out on the fabric. She doesn't choose fabrics ahead of time. She pulls them out of her scrap basket. Mine's plastic from the dollar store. I love it. Fits right into a little shelf in there. But look, here's a nice little, about an inch. And I probably could choose something like, you see, look, this is just like a wreck. But look, this piece right here, and this, I mean, this could go together. This has me thinking of a man's library right now. So that might, just these colors together, kind of gives you a vibe of where you might want to go. You know, I don't know. How about this? That's a pretty piece. What if I connect this to it? Like this. These pretty little things together. We could sew this together. Then I'm on a long strip, so I might try to continue that going. Might try to pick something else. Of course, now I won't be able to find something else that's long. I have this. Might sew these all together in strips. I don't always have long strips. A lot of times I have just little small pieces. Okay. I really should have sewed this together to show y'all like that. Now I think I need something else with these colors. Or a cream. Something that is a little calmer. Because I always think when you're creating art and it's a vibrant color, having a place for your eye to rest that's not so rich in pattern or color is always a really good secret. Oh, look at all these squares I found in here. I don't even know where these came from. But again, here, this and this might go together. I might cut this off here, and I might keep building it this way then. Do you see in this color scheme? And then I might add a piece of gray to that. Put all this together. This might make a happy little piece. Yeah. I sound like Bob Ross. We make happy little squares. This piece and this piece might go together. We'll put this piece, make a happy little square. And that's how it should be. We should be making art like Bob Ross did. It should all be for our pleasure. And then if someone else enjoys it or even wants to buy it from you, that's like, maybe that's the cake. But I really want the pretty roses and icing, which is the joy for it. I like sewing things for my own pleasure that don't owe me anything. They don't owe me anything. I don't have to make $1 from it. You don't have to like it. My friends don't have to like it. My husband doesn't have to like it. I have to enjoy it. I maybe don't even like it, but maybe I enjoyed making it. And that just changes the vibration of what is happening in your day. putting all of these little pieces together and making connections. Yes, this goes here and this goes here. It's wonderful. I think that's what we're put on the earth to do, is make connections. So I think piecing really, when you can put two little pieces together that didn't even seem like they go together, and all of a sudden it feels like a new and beautiful thing, that's just like a little marriage. And when you can do that for 2 or 3 hours a day, that changes your health, it changes your outlook on the world, and it changes how people will feel when they're in your company. So anyway, I'm going to let you go, but please go to my YouTube channel, and if you saw something you liked, please say so, comment. Please like and share, and come back and see me next time. Kim Bourgeois Landry for the Wonky Quilter. See you next time. Bye.